Hello Aquarius, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo and I'm here with your August tarot forecast. Thank you for being with me here today, and I'm excited. We're gonna take a look at what's going on in your love situation, your career and workspace, and what are the advice from the universe on how to best utilize the energy of the month of August. We have a lot of different interesting transits going on. We just had the lunar node shift, so it's going to stay in Aries and Libra respectively for the next 18 months. So yeah, let's see what's in stock. We do have Pluto. Well, Pluto is in Capricorn actually, but Pluto is going to be going into Aquarius again later this year. So for Aquarius, it's still a pretty big energy that is an impact. It's almost like preparing you for whatever that next stage is going to be for you. Okay, let's get started. Just remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And you're welcome to check out readings for other placements, because I'm doing this for Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Venus. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Right, so your oracle card is All That Glitters. I had that for somebody else. Was it Capricorn? Who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna read the message, but basically you get the point, right? This could be about people, things, situations, anything really. It's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, big house, a title or a position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about the person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them, or how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the person or the object? So pay attention to anyone or anything that may seem better than it is. Maybe do a bit more exploration there, or maybe there is something or someone that you already had doubts about, and this is a little sign from your guides that you're right. Okay, and it doesn't have to be really that glitter. And I'm getting that message for someone too, that it doesn't have to be that the person is necessarily like, or even whatever the situation seems a lot brighter and more expensive and glittery and everything, right? It just seems different than what it is. Seems better than what it is somehow. Okay, and we start with tarot. Right away we have the Fool card. This is your energy, Aquarius. For your love life, we have the Fool, 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. Nice. For your work, we have Knight of Wands, 6 of Swords, King of Wands. So we have a progression from Knight of Wands to King of Wands. It's pretty cool. And the advice is the Empress. Could be dealing with a Taurus or Libra. Temperance, this is Sagittarius energy, and 10 of Swords. Wow. Okay, bottom of the deck, the Sun. Lovely. This is the happiest card in the deck. The Leo energy. Sunshine, blessings. This here. All right, yeah, so I can see, generally speaking, that you've been through some tough times. You've been through some struggles. Through some heartaches or some difficult choices, and finding solutions. It's like, and you found some of it, at least you feel that way, that you haven't been able to solve all the puzzles, but only some. So there is a little bit of a regret with that. Also, with the timing card, the Six of Swords, I'm getting that within the next 6 days, there will be new information revealed to you that will guide you towards next steps, or at least you will see what the next closest goal is. You know, like sometimes, and I would do that on my Twinflame channel, sometimes we look at what is the next milestone, right? Because we have so much going on, especially in the current day and age, where usually you don't deal with one or two things. It just all kind of comes to you as an avalanche, and you just have to kind of find your way around, but also obviously deal with anything urgent, but also understand out of those 10 things, what am I supposed to focus on right now, and what is the distraction, and what is important, but it might as well solve itself out with time. So I shouldn't spend a lot of energy on trying to solve it myself right now. Okay, so 6 days for that, and let's get more into the details of your reading. So for your love life, we have the Fool, Eight of Pentacles, and Four of Cups. I'm getting that you're embarking, obviously, with the Fool on a brand new journey, something that you haven't done before. Perhaps this is somebody who's not your usual type that you're taking this journey with, or the way the relationship is unfolding, or the way you see it, and how you're gonna be in it is gonna be very different from what you used to, right? Whether because of your mutual agreement, or just because you decided that, you know, I'm starting a fresh slate and I'm gonna do things differently this time, right? The main point is that you don't want to miss an opportunity. So it's almost like you are overcoming certain personal fears, or whatever templates, societal programming, personal preferences, stubbornness, you name it, overcoming it in order to make this work, because this is something that interests you a lot, that is important to you in some way, right? You don't want to miss the opportunity. You don't want this to just disappear from your love as like unrequited love I'm getting, or something that was never said. Interesting. So for some of you, this is like you're not really, for some of you, you already made the decision and you are already there. Eight of Pentacles, putting the work in, working through the details, right? That's the Eight of Pentacles card. Working through the details, how to make it happen, or what does it mean to you now, right? Because the Fool is like the big picture and it's a major arcana. But as a person, you're going to be taking steps on a daily basis, right? It's going to require specific actions. So this is you already looking into those specific steps that need to be taken to make this happen. For others, it's like you're not really telling the person, right? So this is still an opportunity. There's still a chance that it's gonna go away. At least that's how you see it, right? So you're like, okay, I better figure this out for myself. So you are working on your own perception, right? Because deep down, you know you want it, but something in your consciousness is stopping you from taking the plunge. And the Fool is always standing on the edge of the cliff, right? That's the point. In some decks, actually, the Fool is already falling down, usually with that back, kind of like taking that leap of faith, right? So in this deck, the Fool hasn't taken the leap of faith yet. So it's almost like, but this is your energy. So this comes to you naturally, trying new things, just going for it without long considerations of all the pros and cons. Is it gonna work for me? How am I gonna come off here, right? So yeah, I'm just hearing that in this case, it might take you a minute because of the stakes here, yeah. So somehow this is something you don't want to mess up. There we go, that's the point. For a career space, yeah, so I love this progression between the Knight and the King. Trust me, it's much worse if it's the other way around. So there is this maturing, and you are literally traveling from the knight to the king, right? From still figuring it out, and you see the knight is even like looking back. It's like always like looking around. Okay, am I on track, or is somebody gonna get me for what I just done, right? It's a little reckless behavior with Knight of Wands, and it's almost like breaking the rules, or just going for it without caring too much of how it impacts other people. It's a little less mature. It's more of a daredevil behavior, right? But in this deck, this knight is also like looking around, like to see if someone is chasing me out there, you know. Am I gonna have to respond about all those things that I've done or said, right? But you're moving towards this King of Wands, and look how different the image is. The King of Wands has won all the battles they wanted to win to get there, right? It's already something with that wisdom, with that name, with that reputation, where they don't need to bother, you know. They have, look, he's got, well, the lizard is, oh no, it's a iguana, I think. This iguana is on his shirt. It's almost like it's, you know, he's already tamed all the, not all, but he's tamed enough of those exotic situations, endeavors, you know, got successful in so many things that he's like just chilling and knowing that, you know, everything is gonna be worked out, first of all, right? Secondly, knowing the nature laws and how to operate them without the hustle, you know, without just running around and, you know, if you're talking about, since we're talking about work here, without like making calls, finding clients, thinking on marketing or finding new investors, you know, this person has got it happening. They just know it's gonna get taken care of, and they can focus on bringing more wisdom and inspiration to that tribe, to their, whatever your organization is in this case, right? Or even if you are just a self-employed person and you don't have anyone in your organization, right? That's just to community at large, maybe to other entrepreneurs, maybe even just to your community, right? Maybe working on social projects, right? And sharing your wisdom and your knowledge that way. There's also being pointed to the woman with a child here, right? So there is somebody who you're taking on board who's helping you get to that king space. And it's up to you to recognize who it is. It doesn't have to be an actual woman with a child, right? The child can symbolize creative potential, lots of ideas, just maybe already having some, if you're talking about work again, having some products or skills that you feel unnecessary to get yourself to that king point, right? So there's some sort of collaboration here. Okay, and the advice is, we have two major arcanas here, by the way, the Empress, the Temperance, and Ten of Swords. Yeah, so it's time to get out of the focus on what hasn't worked before, right? Or I've been beaten down by the situation, or times have been so difficult for me lately. Whatever that story is that you're telling yourself, and this is the swords, so this is the communication, the words, right? Whatever it is, it's gotten you to this rock bottom, and there's no reason, well, there's no reason to stay there, obviously, right? But it's not gonna get you anywhere if you just stay there and soak in that energy. You've been there enough. That's what the spirit says. This is what is required right now, and that's where you are getting help. This is there is a divine intervention to get you to the Empress energy, where you do feel very potent, you do feel like you can make things happen, you do feel like you can, like, it's changing the mentality from I'm not sure what to do here to I know I can take care of my family, I can come up with some creative ideas for these difficult problems, I can just basically create in my life, right? and I'm balancing out different aspects of my energy, personality, right? The temperance, and I'm being patient with my big goals, right? That's another thing. Not to have to jump to everything that, well, if it didn't happen to me in a week, that means I already failed. No, because manifesting big things takes time, right? Temperance is about patience. It's also about using the time while you wait, not by like fidgeting and waiting, you know, like anxious waiting. No, it's taking care of yourself. It's balancing out the yin and yang, the knowing and the doing, knowing when to take action, why you are doing what you're doing, right? All of these things. And your whichever energy you are, you know, the prevailing one, masculine or feminine, all of us have both. And it's very important to integrate both within you and be on good terms with both of your energies. And this is a general reading, so I can go much deeper into the details, but you can also look up more information on this. There are different kinds of meditations and prayers and practices and rituals also on how to do that. But that's the advice. Okay, messages from your person of interest, last but not least. I need more time. Ooh. Okay, it's enough. I have some red cards. You're on. Have I lost everything? And be more selfish. Yeah, so basically your person says, well, first of all, they are working on something in their own right, and they know that that's something that they need to face by themselves. Whether you're already in a relationship or we actually saw at the beginning that you're taking on, you're making a decision towards somebody new, that person has some of their own karmic clearance to do, certain business they need to take care of. Maybe even for some, I'm getting some healing that I have to do, right? And with this, have I lost everything? Yeah, quite possibly still some healing to do. It can be related to your relationship, can be related to something in their own right? But there is certain, I mean, and this card is actually Nine of Swords. So there is some anxiety, there is some sort of uneasiness right now, and that needs to be taken care of. And they know that they need to do that for themselves. You know, that this card is actually, in this case, means that they need to be more selfish and take care of themselves right now before they can share something bigger with you. You are wrong for, I mean, take it how it resonates, but this is just a sign that whatever you had certain assumptions about, which was not clearly communicated, but you just made an assumption based on some information or your own thoughts and ideas. Be careful with that, right? Because at least some part of it is not correct. So basically the spirit is saying, if that's really important for you to know, ask questions, check your facts, don't make assumptions. Or if you are making assumptions, that you should always be ready to the fact that you may be wrong, you know? So at least don't dwell in those. Don't get yourself worked up over something that you don't even know about. Okay, I think that is all. Thank you so much for joining me today, Aquarius. I love you guys, and I'll be back with more readings very soon. Bye, everyone.